lights up with the apple, so I'm really happy. I have a poetry website called poetrypoem.com /Manea. And for the second time this year, someone has left me a message that was on my website, and basically this woman, Irene, told me that the poems that are on my website have been a source of comfort and inspiration. She told me that she's had a stroke, and she's now confined to a wheelchair, and that my poetry has been helping her to survive some of her days. And so very specifically, there was a poem that she commented on called Haunted. So I'm going to read you Haunted. And then I was so struck by this, I read it this morning, and on the light rail in the work, I wrote the poem, which is my response to her, called Giant. So here's the first one. It's called Haunted. I'm haunted by conflicting beliefs, knowledges, experiences. I believe there are good men, and I've even met one or two, but the reality is there are many who are not, and worse yet, who think they are. Good, that is. I'm tortured by a society that allows the child tyrant to rule it for nearly a decade, and given hope when they make a different choice. I believe in mind over matter, but tonight I'm fighting a migraine, and no amount of mental negotiation is winning the battle. I wish for a better world and hope the world feels the same way. But know that better world isn't the same image in the world individually as it imagines. We hate the victim mentality, but suffer the fate of the world together. And I know with every fiber of my life and breath and thought that if I allow this bitter sadness to overcome me, it's not just me who suffers, but the world to lose the light I have to shine. So every time I get close to that edge where I think I will break and join the world in its misery, I cry out, "No, I can't, I mustn't." Every day, every moment, this fight leaves me haunted. So for those of you who may or may not know me, basically I come here on Friday nights, and depending on if I've written anything or not, which usually I haven't, I sign up for about 13th or towards the end, so I have something by the time I do come up. So I write it through once, and I don't edit it or change it, it's just there. So I wrote this one fast. I wrote it in like 3 minutes on the train. I was just like so stoked. This is called Giants, and it's for Irene. I live amongst giants. I am merely a shadow beneath their feet. I am not a giant, but I am defined by them. At times I am smaller when the spotlight of the world shines down upon them like the noonday sun, and other times I am larger than all of them put together when I stretch out into the vastness of the land towards the horizon of hopes and dreams. I struggle with this crazy little word called humble. And then a woman in a wheelchair who wishes for nothing more than for life to end so she can be free from her pain, tells me that my poems are her secret weapon against the darkness of her days. She risks telling me to praise me for that one brief moment. The thoughts of giants and who is larger or smaller or defined by what or whom fades into nothingness as I am left with a feeling larger than any one thought alone, as tears well up in my eyes and the lumps crowd my throat to leave no room for words, and my hands shake above my keyboard to struggle against the onslaught, the torrent of what it is to be a hero to another. Can you hear the glass of ideas and definitions shattered? I was blinded by the beauty of her words. The world of giants and shadows disappeared into a flood of feelings that washed away my intellectual masturbation, leaving only love for her, for me, for you. So life frequently inspires what's going on. So tonight I met a mythical creature. A mythical creature is one who's, you have a friend, they tell you, oh yeah, my friend da-da-da. You've never met da-da-da, not for 6 months, not for a year. This is a mythical creature. They don't exist yet. Did you see them? So I finally got to meet my friend's girlfriend named Nutella. Whew, what an impression. So, this is called a sucker for red, and it's for Nutella. The color hits me first like a sucker punch to the gut, as red as fire engines, hot cars and candy apples, and hot-lipped Houlihan put to shame. This languid form fills out a dress that acts like a second skin, making the dark shadow of the triangle where thigh meets thigh and dress look like the most seductive shape. I am ashamed to be so easily aroused by such a simple shape, but these are nothing. Pale wisps in an ethereal wind to the eyes that meet and greet mine. Bright and sparkling like the stars shining on a pitch-black night in the desert. I lose my breath as the sound of her voice pummels me thrice. I'm done in. There's no will left against the resistance of the red. She is all I can see. She is all I can hear. And my heart breaks to know I will never feel more than I do right now in this moment. I'd have to read that in her ear. I made her close her eyes. That was fun. Yeah, like that. And of course, my little ode to the inauguration this week is called Swimming in History. Today I dove in the sea of humanity and drank deep of cool waters that tasted sweet of hope. The bitter of the past 8 years of brine, one could not have happened without the other. Unashamedly I floated, nakedly open to being happy that not just a good man, but a black man is now my president. Never have I been so proud to utter those words on this day, on the sea of humanity, lifting me up, buoyant on the lives sacrificed for me, for all to have this day in the sun. Universal and personal is this moment in time. It's mine, it's yours, and ours. I'm glad to witness it, even if I had to hide watching it in my classroom at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, came and went without acknowledgement, as tears as salty as the ocean streamed down my silent face, a testament to the time observed by me and history. I will tell my tale, sing my song, recite my poem of this joyous moment in my heart, shared with a nation. One soul in the sea of humanity. Thank you very much.
Nice.